Guns have been around for centuries, but no nation has embraced the firearm as much as the United States.
Day and night, American guns are flowing across the border into the hands of Mexican gangsters, fueling an arms race between the cartels and terrorizing innocent civilians caught in the crossfire.
Has there ever been a more famous, or rather infamous, combination of letters and numbers? The Ak-47, or Avtomat Kalashnikova, to give it its official title, has become one of the most widely used pieces of weaponry on the planet, with between 75 and 100 million having been produced since 1949. That's roughly one for every 75 to 100.
AK-47, officially known as the Avtomat Kalashnikova, is one of the most iconic firearms in history.
Mikhail designed what would become possibly the most widely used shoulder weapon in the world, the AK-47.
The AK-47 is the deadliest weapon in history.
In the world of firearms, one weapon stands above the rest as both feared and revered: the Kalashnikov rifle. This infamous rifle gun has in its over 100 million production units served soldiers, insurgents, and civilians across borders and political divides.
Has there been a more famous, or rather infamous, combination of letters and numbers? The AK-47, or Avtomat Kalashnikova, to give it its official title, has become one of the most widely used pieces of weaponry on the planet, with between 75 and 100 million having been produced since 1949.
But what made a single design so unstoppable? You might be startled to hear that in the years, millions of Kalashnikov rifles are manufactured and sold throughout the world every year.
47 in the Yemak factory in Yevsk, in the Ural Mountains. It's a huge success. More than 100 million are thought to be in use around the world today.
Even though their use in both military and civilian lives is surrounded with controversies. The upgraded mass production technology and the international standardized production guarantee that this powerful weapon will stay both easily available and lethally effective.
No firearm in history has enjoyed the fame or popularity of the assault rifle known as the AK-47, or Kalashnikov.
In this video, we travel deep into the manufacturing factories of the Kalashnikov, unveiling the factors that make weapon producers produce millions of pieces each year, feeding the legacy that has been as notorious as it is timeless. Soviet tank mechanic Mikhail Kalashnikov created what became the most successful firearm in the history of mankind, the Kalashnikov rifle.
What's your name? Senior Sergeant Kalashnikov.
A legend design created for the Soviet military, it was compact, rugged, and eminently adaptable. A Soviet counter to Western weaponry, the rifle at first failed to deliver on its intention, and then surpassed whatever purpose it was intended for, becoming a prominent piece of weaponry in the world conflict stage. By the 1970s, it had already become a symbol of resistance all over the world, in particular in Asia and Africa, and its presence has since spread to arsenals of more than 100 countries.
Mikhail designed what would become possibly the most widely used shoulder weapon in the world, the AK-47.
The simplicity and resilience of the Kalashnikov rifle set it apart. Due to only 8 main moving parts, the weapon can be operated and maintained by almost anyone with minimal training. But this simplicity and reliability gave it a notorious reputation among US troops fighting the Vietnam War.
It's dawn. American soldiers hiking their way through the sweaty jungles of South Vietnam, searching for an elusive enemy.
Where its superior performance over the US M16 shocked troops and commanders alike. It was more resilient to the extremes, functioning in mucky swamps, deserts, and cold climates, whereas more sophisticated weapons failed. In fact, the Kalashnikov stands today as the weapon most widely produced in the history of weapons, with some 75 million units of Kalashnikov variants in circulation worldwide. The mythical cargo of the Kalashnikov rifle has also been successful in becoming culturally significant. From video games to films to pop culture references, its legs are everywhere, and it's the choice of firearm for soldiers, rebels, and even villains. Designed for speed, its image is instantly recognizable and a symbol of resistance, from rebellion to notoriety.
AK-47, when you absolutely positively have to waste every single motherfucker in the room, except no substitute.
The rifle has become synonymous with assault rifle, and its cultural impact is evident in Hollywood films and street art, enhancing its legacy beyond mere functionality. One surprising fact about the Kalashnikov rifle is that Mikhail Kalashnikov, despite creating one of the most widespread and lethal weapons, claimed he designed it solely to defend its country, not for profit. He famously said that he never received royalties for his design, though his creation became a global phenomenon. So, what makes the Kalashnikov rifle still so relevant, and how does it continue to outshine other modern rifles in both durability and cultural significance? The answer lies in its unique features that we're yet to explore. In the world of firearms, there is the Kalashnikov rifle, known by all under its iconic AK-47 designation for many compelling reasons, including the fact that it remains firmly in the top ranks of automatic rifles used on the battlefield today. Reliable, user-friendly, flexible, and adaptable, it remained a first choice for military forces and for insurgents and civilians alike. What exactly makes this weapon so unique and so desirable? Reliability is one of the biggest features of the Kalashnikov rifle. The AK-47 is designed to perform flawlessly in any environment: mud, sand, snowfield, extreme conditions, wherever the AK-47 is needed. Its simple design, with no moving parts when compared to M16 type rifles, is responsible for this reliability. The M16 is most famously an accurate modular design, but the Kalashnikov rifle is such that it is easily maintained with almost no effort under adverse conditions.
Oh, this is gnarly. I am afraid. Kind of wish we had that dust cover. Oh, good, it didn't fire. Neat.
It can even be fired after being dunked in water or filled with dirt, a feat that many modern rifles find impossible. The second standout feature is ease of use. The original Kalashnikov rifle's design is very quick to train with. Even people who haven't been shooting much will pick it up very fast. Such accessibility has led to its spread in some military and paramilitary organizations around the globe. Soldiers are able to use the weapon because the controls are intuitive, meaning they can concentrate on fighting, not boggle along with manuals and datasheets. But when it comes to modularity, the Kalashnikov rifle has gone as far as it needs to go in terms of converting its design to allow for attachments, so it can be customized for different combat conditions.
Welcome back, everybody. Clint here today with Classic Firearms, here to talk about AKs. Probably one of the coolest rifles ever made, right? And they might not be as customizable as your AR-15 and whatnot, but there are still a lot of things and a lot of aftermarket accessories available for this platform.
The Kalashnikov is not as modular as weapons like the AR-15. It doesn't have the dizzying scope of options available. Yet it does have some adopted via folding stock options, tactical grip, and optics. It has been so flexible as to be an attractive option for a very diverse group of missions, from urban combat to guerrilla warfare. Durability is another key feature that sets the Kalashnikov rifle apart. Constructed from robust materials, it can withstand the rigors of combat without significant degradation. Users often report that their rifles remain operational even after years of use and exposure to the elements. This durability has earned the Kalashnikov a reputation as a weapon that can last a lifetime, a quality that resonates with both military professionals and civilian enthusiasts. Interestingly, the firepower of the Kalashnikov rifle is also a crucial aspect of its desirability. It typically fires a 7.62 by 39mm round, delivering substantial stopping power at medium ranges. While modern rifles may offer lighter calibers and higher rates of fire, the AK-47's ability to deliver a punch while still maintaining manageable recoil is a balance many shooters appreciate. In terms of cultural impact, the Kalashnikov rifle's image has become synonymous with revolution and resistance. It's featured prominently in the media, from action films to video games, often depicted as the weapon of choice for the world's most notorious figures. That allows for such a high volume of production? With millions of units produced annually, understanding how these rifles are made sheds light on why they remain a staple of the global arms trade. From the raw materials to the assembly line, the steps taken in creating a Kalashnikov rifle are a fascinating blend of tradition and modernity. The Kalashnikov rifle's manufacturing process is a fascinating fusion of high-tech and old-fashioned craft, and the result is millions of models a year from one process. The work begins with the price of complementary high-quality materials being the steel and aluminum upon which the rifle's critical components depend. Material selection is important to have durable, reliable weapons in various environments. The first part is precision machining the receiver, the vital part of the rifle that holds the operating mechanism. This way, with advanced CNC, computer numerical control, machines manufacturers can make very precise parts with a minimum amount of waste. The machines are programmed with exact specifications, and they always produce with constant standards. CNC machining is necessary for the weapon, and hence the precision to the part must be perfect in order for it to perform correctly. Once the receivers are done, the barrel is made. High-quality steel is the material used to make the barrel, which is then rifled to improve accuracy. Rifling is a process that cuts grooves or lands inside the barrel so that the bullet will spin while it travels down the barrel, stabilizing itself.
To become exactly like the mandrel is. On the mandrel, you find the rifling that you want to impress in the bore.
To make this process as automated as possible and as error-free as possible, the most advanced machinery, including robotic arms, are used to perform the process with a high precision.
The barrel is bored and finished slightly smaller than the finished caliber for this process.
Once the barrel has been machined, the manufacturing of smaller components such as the bolt, trigger assembly, and stock are completed. With the same advanced methods used to make each part, all parts are made similarly uniform and of high standards. The rifle's reliability and curative fire is more enhanced by its unique gas-operated rotating bolt design, which is, in fact, the bolt design. The rifle takes advantage of the energy produced by fired cartridges through this mechanism, adding an automatic action cycling, forced casing ejection, and chambering. This simplicity in design is one of the reasons the Kalashnikov rifle is celebrated for its reliability. After all parts are manufactured, they undergo a meticulous assembly process. Highly trained workers, often assisted by automated systems, meticulously put together the various components. Each rifle is tested during assembly to ensure it meets stringent quality standards. This step is crucial, as it directly affects the weapon's performance in the field. Factory footage shows this assembled process in action, where workers efficiently piece together rifles in a carefully organized environment, emphasizing the balance of human skill and machine efficiency. Parallel processing is often used in many manufacturers' production techniques to enhance capacity. Not only does this method speed up production, but it guarantees that each rifle can be assembled in a fraction of the time in which it would take working in the old-fashioned way. Catching this process on time-lapse footage can be fascinating. We see workers and machines work together to create a high-quality product. The finishing touches of the manufacturing process are an especially interesting component. Rifles are assembled, inspected, and generally coated, particularly to protect them against rust and corrosion. One of the processes of this may be through application of a layer of polymer coatings to give durability as well as improve the weapon's aesthetic appearance. This is another way to prolong the performance of the rifle in extremes, and this course will make the choice of the finish vital. The Kalashnikov manufacturing process means quality control is a must, given the production process goes through repeated stringent standards to be as consistent as possible. There are automated inspection systems for examining the components in every stage of their production, using the most advanced sensors and image technology to pick up even the smallest flaws. This automated approach eliminates the human factors associated with quality control, and while it expedites the quality control process, it ensures the rifle being shot in the field is meeting the very high standards the rifle is supposed to meet. What's interesting is that some manufacturers experimented with biomimicry for some components during the 2010s. It's a clever marriage of the abstract study of the mechanics of how some animals move and interact with their environment, and how simple technology improvements on how they move from some aspects of that study can improve efficiency and reliability. Improved efficiency is not enough, and the integration of these advanced technologies is a statement about what firearms manufacturing will be in the future. Kalashnikov rifles are the perfect blend of tradition and technological advancement to make them important to modern warfare. The debates around sometimes violent gun rights, military spending, and global security make such discussion ever more critical.
Dice el dicho, ¿no? Estados Unidos pone las armas. México pone los muertos. Pues así es.
The Kalashnikov rifles are the stuff of legend, and the intricate supply chain and global logistics of Kalashnikov rifles work to make sure that they make it into the hands of military and civilian markets around the world. Every step takes part in the process, from sourcing raw materials to manufacturing and distribution, in a way which helps the company maintain efficiency and meet demand.
Something robust, precise. Robust, precise. AR-15. 11.5 inch, compensated with an iron-bonded bolt carrier, Trigicon AccuPoint with 1/6 magnification.
Official channels stick to legal frameworks, while illicit trade networks exist to make tracking the true number of Kalashnikov rifles in circulation almost impossible. Millions of these rifles exist outside of legal oversight and often help create violence and instability in far-flung corners.
Over 35,000 murders were committed in Mexico in 2019, the most ever recorded.
What's more, this poses serious questions in a country like the United States, where access to arms is a fundamental right of personal freedom.
I wanted to show how easy it is for the average American to buy a gun.
See how easily he could buy a gun. And not just any gun. Andy wanted to buy this country's most popular assault rifle, the AR-15.
State of emergency, I bought an AR-15 in about 38 minutes.
And the number of unaccounted for weapons can ruin the safety and security that such belief heralds.
Guns have been around for centuries, but no nation has embraced the firearm as much as the United States. Of the 857 million civilian-owned guns in the world, Americans own nearly half of them. But what's behind our obsession with firearms?
As we explore the cultural impact and popularity of the Kalashnikov rifle, one must wonder, starting with how the weapon comes to symbolize resilience and destruction like no other weapon before it, how does this weapon keep shaping conflict and its stories in popular culture and around the world? How does its prevalence say something about our societies and the values in which we hold? The Kalashnikov rifle has become a symbol of revolution, resistance, and even pop culture. Kalashnikov rifles are so served in the movie, video game, and jamming industry, it gained an iconic image worldwide. The Kalashnikov rifle is a common hero in the pantheon of popular media, having been the go-to gun of choice for rebels and insurgents in any movie or video game out there. The rifle has been used in action in films such as Lord of War and The Terminator to demonstrate the rifle's ubiquity in conflict circumstances. This weapon is then wielded in video games like Call of Duty and Counter-Strike, and has only cemented its position in the cultural zeitgeist. The representations have been such that the Kalashnikov has come to be associated with struggle, oppression, and speaks to the rugged and reliable firearm. The Kalashnikov rifle has done more than become a cultural artifact linked to the technical function symbolically. It has become a potent cultural artifact.
The AK-47 is the deadliest weapon in history. But how did it become that?
The gun is commonly a tool of a revolutionary movement, carried by freedom fighters in Vietnam to Africa and the Middle East. In so many cultures, it is viewed as something more than a weapon. It is a vehicle to wield as a means to empower and liberate people, a sign of defiance against tyranny. Hence, debates over note's impact on global security and social dynamics have become heated, giving this duality, being a symbol of both hope and destruction. In addition, the Kalashnikov rifle has become iconic on both the historical and contemporary scenes. Its complexities are often illustrated in art and literature, and it is often cataloged as a feature in war.
The AK-47, officially known as the Aptomat Kalashnikova, is one of the most iconic firearms in history. Designed by Mikhail Kalashnikov in the Soviet Union, it was
a good example of its use on the flag of Mozambique, where it symbolizes the exercise of independence. In this artistic representation, the symbol of violence and liberation is paired with each other. Interestingly, a fun fact about the Kalashnikov is that it has been used in over 100 conflicts worldwide, a testament to its widespread adoption and enduring legacy. It's estimated that around 20% of all firearms in the world are Kalashnikov models, making it one of the most prevalent firearms globally. As we delve into the continued innovation and future developments of the Kalashnikov rifle, one must ponder how this legendary weapon will evolve in an era of advanced military technology. What new adaptations might we see in response to the ever-changing landscape of warfare and security? The Kalashnikov rifle, a powerful, stylish, and effective firearm, is still being developed based on upgrades triggered by the technology enhancement and by military requirements in the future. Today, the Kalashnikov concern is developing a new series of rifles, the 500 series, that includes the AKV-521. This rifle has undergone some major redesign, of which include a full-length top Picatinny rail from the side rail as were used earlier. This change improves the ergonomic and functionality of modern optics, satisfying the conflict's requirements for diverse mounting systems. The major effort in research and development is also directed toward the material and the process used in the production of these weapons. For functionality in its early prototype, the AKV-521 boasts a milled steel upper receiver, although future models may incorporate stamped steel for budget friendliness, but with enhanced ruggedness. Furthermore, the 500 series also has provisions of easy change of the caliber, as well as barrel size options and some pragmatic features that evidently show a systematic approach towards the emergence to meet different ferocious battlegrounds and user preferences. Possible future developments could be in the area of lightweight construction and integration of intelligent technology. For instance, more precise aiming systems and the ability to substitute parts and adjust the equipment more quickly than the current AKM. Based on these improvements, analysts believe that it could enhance combat efficiency and flexibility. Experts say that the Kalashnikov rifle is still in use today and still a topic for conversation about the contemporary warfare operation and militaries. The improvement of the military forces in regard to numerous threats will make a crucial impact on the development of weapons such as the Kalashnikov in the future wars. What other novelties might the following generation of Kalashnikov rifles come with? There is no question about the quality control and testing of Kalashnikov rifles. Everything is rigorous to make sure rifles can take any kind of beating and still be reliable under fire. A Kalashnikov rifle is subjected to a series of extreme tests before it's deemed suitable for use. What will it do? How long will it last? How safe is it? The testing can be dramatic and gripping, and often mean putting the rifles through grueling scenarios, such as exposure to dirt, water, cold temperatures, then hot temperatures, to simulate the field testing process. Footage plays out in slow motion as rifles are test-fired, with live fire proving accuracy and performance. Different from what you will read on the mainstream media, the Kalashnikov rifles are fired during rain, snow, and in intense heat, proving their reliability under different kinds of environments. The function is really effective, as mud will not stick to it, as a proof that it is solidly built. In military applications, failure is not an option. Such resilience is critical. One shocking statistic under importance of these testing protocols, the Kalashnikov rifle is thought to be in the hands of some 100 million people, making quality assurance necessary, not only for performance, but for dint of the weapons wielder's safety. When a rifle goes into the field, it must pass a strict military testing process, which optimizes every single unit and complies with these high standards. As the industry moves towards more advanced technologies, future developments in quality control may incorporate artificial intelligence and machine learning to analyze data more efficiently. This could lead to even stricter standards and more precise testing methods, ensuring that the next generation of Kalashnikov rifles is not only reliable, but also safe for all users. What innovations might we see in the future that could further enhance the testing and quality assurance process of these iconic weapons? The evolution of quality control in firearms is a story that continues to unfold. The Kalashnikov rifle is an emblem of military engineering history and cultural significance intertwined. Millions of them are produced globally, and they hold an important position in the military arsenals of the world. This design combines the state-of-the-art technology, which guarantees the reliability of the weapon regardless of the degree of humidity. We made note of the refined manufacturing process throughout our time spent exploring, automation, robotics, and intensive quality control. Rigorous military standards for performance and safety have been met by each rifle because each rifle is crafted with precision. Don't forget to subscribe if you found this deep dive into Kalashnikov rifle world engaging. Your contribution helps us in continuing to provide insightful material on military technology, firearms, and cryptography. If you enjoyed any of this, leave a comment below as to why. There will be more to come in terms of what makes the future of weaponry evolve. Stay tuned.